This video will show you how to diagnose your window wiper motor or if it's the linkage for your window wiper blades. This video is going to be a little different. It's not going to be a step-by-step process on how to show you how to fix it, but I'm going to walk you through what I did to fix mine and to diagnose it. There's a couple ways to determine whether it's your motor or the wiper blade linkage. If your wiper blades are shaky, it's most likely the linkage. If they're intermediate, where they're smooth, but they'll just stop randomly and they'll keep going, that's probably the motor or some wiring. I've already fixed the issue on this truck, so I'm going to kind of walk you through what I did to fix it and how I diagnosed it. But the very first thing you want to do is take off this plastic piece, take off this plastic piece here, and then also take off this piece here. They just have tabs here. You just pull on with the pry bar and pry it back and they pop right off. Next step, you're going to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove all these screws. Same with this panel here. There's a screw there, don't forget about that screw. Kind of get them out of the way. You can unplug it if you would like, or just kind of move them out of the way. Make sure you're not pulling on the wires too tight. So now you got the panel out, you can actually look inside. You're going to remove this nut here. That'll remove the linkage from the motor. Once you get the linkage removed from the motor, you can cycle your wiper blade switch on and off and then see if that motor is running smoothly. If your motor is running smoothly, it's most likely the linkage on the wiper blade. Another way to check to see if it's the linkage or if it's the motor, you can actually take your hand and then move the linkage here back and forth. And if it's super tight, it's most likely the linkage is binding up or there's something seized up. With everything working correctly, it should look like this. And that's high. It's running smooth, no binding or anything. So if you determine if it's the wiper blade motor, you're just going to come into the front, remove these 4 bolts, take the motor out, unplug the harness, get yourself a new motor, put it back in, hook that nut back to the inside, away you go. Super simple, easy to do. If you determine it's in the linkage itself, you're going to pull this cap off, remove that nut, pull the wiper blade off on both sides. You're then going to remove these 2 bolts here on both sides. Once you get those 4 bolts undone, you're going to take the linkage and you're actually going to pull it out through this side here. It is possible, it is very tight, but you can get it out. Once you get the linkage out, that's easy with one person, but I'm going to warn you, to get it back in there, it's a 2-person job. You have to put the linkage back through. Somebody on the outside is going to use a magnet. They're going to hook the magnet on and pull the linkage through because you can't get your hands or anything way back in there without removing the entire dash. So it is doable, but you're going to need 2 guys to do the job. So once you have the linkage out on the ground, what you're going to do is there is a snap ring here. We're going to remove the snap ring. There's a washer. And then inside of here, there's a bushing. And what happened on this one is completely seized up. And what I was able to do was break it loose, clean it up, put new grease in there, put it back together, and it ran smooth again, and the window wiper is working perfectly. Another thing to remember is timing. When you put everything back together, you have to make sure your timing is correct. So what I do is I turn the motor on, get it to where it stops. Then I get these to where I want them, hook the linkage up, check it. You might have to adjust these independently of the linkage to get everything to work and get it back into time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Helps my channel out. Really appreciate it. See you guys next time.